A Western Buckeye League showdown will be in the works this evening on the second Friday night of October. The St. Mary's Rough Riders are trying to get back into playoff consideration after getting back to 500 last week with a win. The Defiance Bulldogs are in search of their first victory of the season, and are looking to defend their home field on homecoming night. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Minster Bank pregame show. I'm Kyle Howard alongside my broadcast partner Ken Garland. We're at Fred Brown Stadium in Defiance, Ohio for this WBL high school football matchup. Ken, tonight we have a good matchup on our hands between two teams with different offensive schemes.
Well, on the surface, it looks like a passing team against a running team here tonight. The running team being St. Mary's. This is a club that has rushed for over 1,700 yards so far this season. They've done it with three backs, three key running backs, including one who's a freshman, and we'll talk about him a little bit more later. As for Defiance, well, this is a passing team. At least it wants to be. It has almost 1,200 yards passing, and its quarterback needs time. If he can get more time from his offensive line, those passing numbers will start to add up.
That they will. As we delve into more of this team about the St. Mary's team tonight, Isaac Fitzgerald certainly can't take your eyes off him. Stellar year so far, 13 touchdowns, leads all of the league this year. I was expecting him to be an X factor tonight, but the player that I would say to watch for this team, though, is going to be Bo Kinning. He stepped up last week. He's a freshman. He came in, we were expecting a little bit more from Eric Spicer last week and Paul Obringer, but it became the fullback Bo Kinning who came in and rushed for nearly 150 yards last week and ended up with two scores of his own.
Well, that was in that win over Salina last week. Final score 21-13 in favor of St. Mary's. And yeah, it was actually a little bit more than that, 181 yards for the freshman Kinning last week. And the team itself, St. Mary's, rushing for 341 yards and 3 touchdowns. They kept it on the ground literally all night long. As far as the home team here tonight, Defiance, look for them to try to bounce back. As you mentioned, they're looking for their first win. But they lost a week ago to Wapakoneta by a final score of 38-0. Now, the Bulldogs have only scored 14 points in their last 3 games. So one of the things they're going to try to do is get that offense on track here tonight, and it's going to start with time being given by the offensive line to the starting quarterback.
Well, in a passing team for sure, Alex Gonzalez, third in the league in passing efficiency with a 121.2 passer rating. He's thrown 11 touchdowns with 9 interceptions. He's the player to look for tonight for this Defiance team to hopefully get, for their sake, to get their first victory of the season this year and get back on the win column. Last year, a playoff team. This year, 0-6 on the year, looking for their first conference one as well.
Well, as we turn our attention to the Game Face Ohio keys of the game tonight, first of all, for Defiance, it needs to slow down St. Mary's running game, and good luck doing that. It's not going to be an easy job, but you just do the best you can. Defiance also wanting to create plays on offense. This is a spread team offense, and it lives and dies on big plays offensively. And they need to protect the football. 12 interceptions on the season for Gonzalez. That has to change.
And a team that's -6 in the turnover ratio this year, that is last in the WBO. And that certainly has to change tonight against a team like St. Mary's that needs to get a victory tonight at the first of the season. Now let's talk a little bit about the coaches for each team. Defiance under Terry Booty. He's
been around a long time. He's in his 25th season overall here at Defiance. And, he started coaching back in 1990. He's got 19 winning seasons, and he's going to be opposed tonight by a good friend of his, who is none other, of course, than Doug Fry, who's in his 12th season overall at St. Mary's. These two guys, they've coached together on all-star games. They've coached against each other for over a decade now. They have a lot of respect for each other. They're the best of friends, and both of these guys will have their teams prepared for tonight's game.
With that, we're going to step aside, and when we come back, we'll have live action from Fred Brown Stadium. Thanks for tuning in to TSC Touchdown Friday.
Minster Bank is celebrating 100 years of serving our local communities.
We are proud of our past, and we look forward to a promising future.
Thanks for the opportunity to help our local businesses grow.
Thanks for letting us serve you past banking hours.
Thanks for letting us serve you and getting to know you personally.
Through our private wealth management department, we provide trusted investment advice.
Minster Bank's success and longevity is truly a testament to the communities and the customers that we serve.
Thanks for 100.
Welcome everybody out to Defiance, Ohio for this WBL showdown between the Bulldogs and the St. Mary's Rough Riders. It'll be the opening kickoff for Defiance tonight. They'll be kicking it off to St. Mary's. We're just moments away from game time in this cool October night.
Yeah, 54 degrees, clear skies, and just a slight breeze coming out of the north. It's a beautiful night for football here this evening.
And it is. We're set to go here. Kick is away. It's going to be caught around this 5-yard line of bounds. It'll take it out to about the 37-yard line. Return man was Austin Tester this time. Or make that Chase Roop on the return there. That's how they'll start it. 1st and 10.
So St. Mary's on to offense, and they are led once again by their quarterback, Dustin Howe. Howe having completed 65% of his passes so far this season. He's thrown for a total of 467 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And up to the left side, it's going to be Kenning again. It's Kenning here starting again. He pops into the starting lineup last week as just a fill-in last weekend and had a huge game, about 150 yards rushing. And here he is with the opening carry.
On the offensive line for St. Mary's, Kinney and the other backs running behind a very good offensive line anchored by Sean Bowman at the offensive tackle. Bowman's 6 feet tall, 285 pounds. He's one of 3 seniors on that offensive line, so a lot of experience up front for St. Mary's.
2nd and 5 from the 42. Here's the handoff, give right. Give that left, make that to Fitzgerald. He's got a couple of yards here to be 3rd and short.
And Isaac Fitzgerald, one of those players, too, that we want to keep an eye on tonight. As we mentioned, he's that fullback who has the most carries on the team with 155. So he's also got the most yards rushing. No surprise there, but a very impressive total of 879 yards. And he's the leading receiver on this St. Mary's team. 13 catches for 126 yards.
Defiance having the worst overall defense in WBL, but having a chance to get off the field here in 3rd and 3. Here's the handoff and pitch left. But he does have enough for the first down there, does Kenning. Bo Kenning, 2 carries on that first set of downs. He's got the first down here for St. Mary's. They approach the 50-yard line out to the 48 of their own territory.
And let's set that Defiance defense for you along that defensive line up front. Savontre Vaughn, a defensive tackle, 6 feet tall, 315 pounds. He's in his senior year, and that is a big defensive line.
There's a handoff up the middle to Kenny again. Had his faked out for a second. Play a quarterback keeper for a second by Howell, but instead of Kenning up the middle, he picks up a first down into opponent territory all the way down to just inside the 40-yard line.
At the linebacker position for Defiance tonight, they're led by
First and 10 from the 40. Hand it up the middle to Kenning again. He's got a lot of space. He takes it inside the 35-yard line down to about the 32-yard line, so a gain of 8.
And at the linebacker position tonight for Defiance, led by Cole Clellan, 5'9", 165 pounds, a junior. He's leading this team in tackles with 51.
2nd and 3, officially they give him 7 on that one. 2nd and 3 from the Defiance 33-yard line. Under center, they're going to hand it off up the middle. Not much running room there for Isaac Fitzgerald.
And just completing the Defiance defense for you in the secondary, Ty Castillo, a safety, 5'10", 150 pounds, a senior, and he is 2nd on the team in tackles. He's got a total of 35 this year, so those are just some of the defensive players to keep an eye on this evening.
Big 3rd down again for Defiance. 3rd and 1 from the 31. Defiance trying to get off the field. There's a hand up at the middle. Kenning's got the ball, and I believe he's got the first down as well. He does. He takes it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Had to get to the 30. That's a first down. They're moving the chains for St. Mary's.
Well, typical St. Mary's style so far in this one as they take the opening kickoff, and they have driven down the field, completely relying on the running game. And now here they are inside the 30 and getting closer into scoring position.
Kenning checks out, and Eric Spicer checks in. Handoff up the middle. He's got a little bit of running room out to about the 24-yard line. It's Isaac Fitzgerald again. Give him 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 out to the 24-yard line. St. Mary's moving the ball effectively with 8:16 the clock. It'll be Howell under center again. Hand off on the sweep to Isaac Fitzgerald to get a couple here out to about the 22-yard line this time for about a gain of 2.
Nice tackle by Jay Vaughn down there. Vaughn, a freshman, 235 pounds. So there again is a lot of size along that defensive line indeed.
A lot of time
Defiance.
for him to grow even more as a freshman as well.
Exactly. And a nice tackle there. Got him right around the ankles and tripped him up before he could actually start to pick up any speed and try to get around that corner.
3rd and 4 from the 23. They move him back about a yard. There's a pitch to the left to Kenning, but he's going to be met in the backfield. Out to the 25-yard line, I believe they're going to spot it.
Yeah, Bishop Roberson getting credit for the tackle that time. A really nice job, but I'll tell you, it was up front. It was Savantre Vaughn who actually got through there first with the penetration, and that actually allowed for Roberson to come in to make the tackle.
So here's a 4th down and 6 attempt from the 25. St. Mary's appears they're going to go for it. I believe we're going to have a timeout here, though. Step aside here, and it'll be 4th and 6 from the 25 when we come back. Nothing, no score here, 6:47 to go in the first. You're watching TSC Touchdown Friday.
TSC can save you money. How? TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's Emerge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet into one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Emerge bundle plan, only from TSC.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Minster Bank is celebrating 100 years of serving our local communities.
We are proud of our past and we look forward to a promising future.
Thanks for the opportunity to help our local businesses grow.
Thanks for letting us serve you past banking hours.
Thanks for letting us serve you and getting to know you personally.
Through our private wealth management department, we provide trusted investment advice.
Minster Bank's success and longevity is truly a testament to the communities and the customers that we serve.
Thanks for 100.
A big 4th and 6 coming for St. Mary's. They have it 6:47 to go in the first. Chance for Defiance to get out the field here without giving up any points. He's going to roll out and pass as Howell. He's got a man open, but in and out of the hands of Spicer. He was around the 5-yard line. Probably would have walked into the end zone had he caught the ball, but he only got one hand on it. Falls to the ground. A big stop by Defiance here in the opening possession.
Well, a big stop indeed because of the fact that, as we talked about in the beginning of the game, one of the keys for Defiance in this contest was to stop the running game. They really didn't do that well on this first drive, as again it was the drive starting at St. Mary's own 33, and they take it all the way to the 25 before the incomplete pass actually ends up stopping the drive.
Defiance takes over 1st and 10 from their own 25. Send a man in motion. They're going to hand off to the left. Got a little bit of running room out to the 30, back to the 27-yard line.
Quarterback Alex Gonzalez leading the way for Defiance offensively. He's completed 51% of his passes this year. He's thrown for 1,161 yards, 11 touchdowns, but also 9 interceptions. And he's the team's leading rusher, 396 yards, 4 TDs so far this year.
He's out of the gun. 2nd and 8 from the 27. He's looking to his right. He's got a man open out to about the 30-yard line as he's finally run out of bounds. Tackle made by Jake Meyer.
up front on the offensive line for Defiance. And again, this is going to be the key area. Make no mistake about it. It's that offensive line that has to come through here tonight and give Alex Gonzalez some time to throw this football. John Siebert, an offensive tackle on that line, 6'4", 285 pounds, a senior. And we talked about the size of the defensive line for Defiance. How about the offensive line? 250 pounds is what these guys average.
On 3rd and 5, he drops the throw again. He's got Meyer open for a first down out to about the 44-yard line. Big 3rd and 5 throw. Move the chains and give Defiance their first down of the evening.
And another guy to keep an eye on offensively for Defiance is Damian Elford. Now, Elford's a halfback, but he has the second most receptions on this team with 22. And he's actually the leading receiver with 465 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Send a man in motion. 1st and 10, they're going to hand off with the middle to Elford. Get about a couple here, maybe out, give him 3, maybe 2.5, out to about the 46-yard line. 2nd and 7 now from the 46 of their own territory. Defiance with a big 4th and 6 stop to get them to this point. They've got a first down since then, have the ball 2nd and 6, 7 and 7, make that at their 46, trying to drive and get a score on their first possession. There's Gonzalez, the quarterback keeper up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Takes it all the way to the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Dustin Howell, who's also the quarterback for St. Mary's.
Well, we talked about Gonzalez. Now he leads the team in rushing. And we were told, in all honesty, very candidly, we were told part of the reason he has so many yards rushing is because he's been running for his life. The offensive line just hasn't been coming through as strongly as it should. But that was more of a design play. Maybe some good coverage there defensively by St. Mary's. But he took off there. He was not running for his life. He had open field.
1st and 10 from the 40. Gonzalez from the shotgun again. He's going to take it himself again on design, but he's going to be met back at the line of scrimmage. Chase Roop in on that tackle.
For St. Mary's defensively, along that defensive line, Jordan Fisher at defensive end, 6 feet tall, 230 pounds in his senior season. He has 22 tackles and 2 sacks for St. Mary's defense this season.
2nd and 10 from the 40. Gonzalez from the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He drops the throw, looks to his left. He's got a man open out to about the 31, make that. Finally brought down. Got to be a couple yards shy of the first down marker, though.
Kyle, you just called the name of Chase Roop at the linebacker position for St. Mary's, having a good season, the outside linebacker. 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, a junior, and second on the team in tackles for the Rough Riders with 52.
He spotted the 31, 3rd and 1 officially. They'll line up at a shotgun, though. See if they send him in motion, maybe run with it. We'll see what they do here on 3rd and 1. They're going to keep it himself, and he's got the first down. Buries his head and takes the hit, but lunges forward to get that first down. He moves inside the 30-yard line, and Defiance is in business here in their first drive with 3:04 to play in the first.
And to round out the St. Mary's defense in the secondary, keep an eye on Austin Tester, one of the defensive backs. Tester, 5'10", 160 pounds, a junior, with 27 tackles on the season, and one of those guys that always seems to be around the football.
Gonzalez from the gun again. It's 1st and 10 from the St. Mary's 29. He drops the throw, looking to his right, now looking over the middle. He's looking long, and his receiver falls down, nearly intercepted in the end zone. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 29. On the coverage there was Matt Douglas there. Make that Howell on the coverage there. Second and 10 from the 29. Gonzalez looks to his right. He's got a man open at about the 31, but he's not going to have much room to go. He shakes off a tackle out to about the 27-yard line.
And Kyle, we need to mention the officials for tonight's game as well. Our referee here this evening is Dave West. The umpire, Tom Kloffenstein. The linesman, Brett Cassidy. The line judge, Jeff Cassidy. And our back judge for this game this evening, David Lawrence.
2:09 to play. 3rd and 8 from the 27. Defiance trying to move the ball and get a first down and keep the possession going. He drops the throw. He's got a man open in the middle. It's in and out of the hands. Ty Castillo can't hold on to that one. 4th and 8 from the 27. Decision time for Defiance. They want to try to go for it and keep the possession going, or do they want to try to punt it away and pin St. Mary's back against the goal line? Appears they're going to go for it, though. A passing team. Certainly in a passing situation here on 4th and 8. Gonzalez will drop the throw. Looks to his left. He's looking toward the end zone. And he has a receiver open, but he just threw it a little bit to the left of him. So St. Mary's going to take over 1st and 10 after that. Waiting for it near the goal line. It's Burr.
Yeah, and the pass just a little bit too long that time. Gonzalez did have the time he needed. He had time not only on that throw, but he had time on this entire drive. So the offensive line rising to the challenge here this evening in the early going for Defiance. And that's a good sign. That could bode very well for the Bulldogs as this game progresses if that continues.
1:51 to go in the first. No score. St. Mary's takes over 1st and 10. They're going to hand it up the middle. It's Isaac Fitzgerald with a lot of running room. He's out to about the 50-yard line and finally grabbed down by his ankles. That time by Zach Burr. 1st and 10 out to the 48th. They'll spot it. Game Face Ohio is excited to be covering 2 games each week this football season. This allows us to cover all 10 games for both St. Mary's and Wapakoneta. We'll be offering a feature game that will air the night of the game, while our bonus game will air on Sunday evening. Here's a handoff up the middle, a short gain on the play. Isaac Fitzgerald again on the carry after his huge gain a second ago. First, make that 2nd and 7 from the 45-yard line of Defiance. We approach a minute here in the first quarter. No score still. Here's a handoff to the left. It's Patrick Obringer this time on the carry. Doesn't have much on that one, maybe a 3 or 4. 3rd and 4 from the 42-yard line. Defiance with a chance to get another stop. They got one on a 4th and 6 play the last drive. Here's a handoff up the middle. Bo Kenning has the first down again. He moves it inside just past the marker out to the 36-yard line. He needed the 38-yard line. He's got it.
You know, I have noticed something that I think is kind of interesting. If you watch Dustin Howe, the quarterback for St. Mary's, again, a primary running team. But one of the reasons they have such good success obviously has to be attributed to the offensive line.
There's a handoff up the middle as Fitzgerald. He's got a couple here. Going to be back to about the line of scrimmage here.
But getting back to my point, watch Howe, because he really does an excellent job with that ball. He's an excellent ball handler making those fakes. And, you know, you'll see him either give it to the first man through or perhaps fake that, and they'll try to run one to one side or the other. But Howe handling that ball, handling it very well. And I think that sometimes can confuse those defenses and add to the success that St. Mary's has running the ball.
We'll see how successful he is at doing just that when we come back. We've reached the end of the first quarter with no score here on Game Face Ohio.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Homecoming night in Defiance, Ohio. We have no score between the St. Mary's Rough Riders and the Defiance Bulldgos. St. Mary's has it 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Roll out and throw to the left. Fitzgerald's got a lot of running room on the sideline. He's going to take off, and he's going to be very close. He's going to get in. Nearly tackled at the end of the run, but slipped in just near the pylon and was able to walk in for the touchdown. St. Mary's on the board with 11:49 to go in the first half here.
So a 36-yard touchdown catch and run for Fitzgerald to open the scoring here this evening. And a little bit unusual, perhaps, to see St. Mary's go to the air. But again, they've done it a couple of times here in the early going. They had a couple of passes in the first quarter that were successful. And now, of course, this one that actually leads to the score. However,
we now have a holding against St. Mary's, so that's going to negate the score. They still get a bunch of yardage, though, out to the 18, or make that the 14-yard line, 13-yard line officially. So the hold must have been pretty close to the goal line. So negate that touchdown. The 36-yard line, 36-yard run doesn't count, but here's a handoff to Spicer. He's got some running room. He's going to slip in for 6. Untouched goes Eric Spicer. Jake Meyer tried to slip in there and make the tackle at the very end, but could not do it. So St. Mary's, after having the long touchdown run, called back for the penalty. They score on the very next play. Clayton Troglin will come in to attempt the extra point. 11:43 to go in the second quarter. Kick is up, and it's right through. St. Mary's takes a 7-0 lead early on here in the second quarter. When we come back, it's Defiance ball here on Game Face Ohio.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. But together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums.
Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Wapak, Salina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
7-0 St. Mary's here from Defiance. Scoring a 13-yard touchdown run by Eric Spicer. That coming after a 36-yard run by Isaac Fitzgerald, scored but was called back for a holding. That's where we are here. Fitzgerald will kick it deep here. Caught her on the 10-yard line. He's got some running room. It's Elford out to the 37-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 37. Good running room early for Elford. Elford's been a good returner this year.
Well, the interesting thing about Elford, at least offensively, now, of course, we saw him there on special teams, but offensively, he's filling in for really the man who's considered the best receiver on this Defiance team, Wes Detter, who was lost about 2 weeks ago with a hip injury, a stress fracture in his hip.
Gonzalez will decide to keep this one himself. We'll get a couple out to about the 44-yard line here. Give him about 6 or 7 on the play. 2nd and 4 from the 44 officially. He's looking for someone open on that play, could not find anybody. So he decided to take it himself and picked up 6, a productive play for the Defiance offense here. 11 minutes approaching here left in the first half, 7-0 St. Mary's. They're going to hand off to Elford, but he's going to be met immediately in the backfield. A swarm of St. Mary's defenders were there to break that one up. Move St. Mary's back a few yards, make that Defiance back a few yards. Back up 41-yard line now. 3rd and 6. Gonzalez from the gun again. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He's got Elford right beside him in the backfield. Gonzalez will drop the throw. He's going to be pressured. He's going to have to throw it off to his right. He's got a man open. He's hit as he makes the catch, but Myers has the first down. Makes the catch here on the near side out just inside, right to the 40-yard line. They'll spot it. So they move the chains and move into St. Mary's territory. They're down 7-0, but moving the ball.
And he caught that ball in front of Eric Spicer, but it was an interesting play as it developed, and you could see Gonzalez doing a good job again of perhaps avoiding that pressure, having, I don't want to say run for his life necessarily, but again, the pass protection breaking down. He rolled out, found the open man, did a nice job of keeping that play alive with his legs.
1st and 10 from the 40. Gonzalez, look left. He's got Myers again in the slot. He's going to get about 7 yards on the play there. Lined up wide and cut inside for the catch there and kicked up about 7 on the play. Maybe 6 they're going to spot it, I believe.
Logan Mays at the bottom of that pile on the tackle for St. Mary's.
2nd and 4 from the 34. 9:30 and counting left in the first half. 7-0 St. Mary's on top. Defiance trying to get their first win of the season. Gonzalez drops the throw. He's looking to his right. He's going to be pressured. He's got a man over across the middle. He's got the first down. Just inside the 20-yard line, that's Elford. Out to the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for Defiance. They continue their long drive here.
Yeah, again, Elford playing only because of the injury to Wes Detter. Now, Detter, as we mentioned, considered really the best receiver on this team, having that injury we talked about, that stress fracture to his hip. He's hoping to be back in about 2 weeks, but in the meantime, doing a very nice job of filling in as Elford.
Gunn, he's going to hand off to his left on the sweep. Not going to get very far, though. Coming across the middle to make that catch was, or to get the handoff, was Frederick Braden.
Well, you mentioned Defiance 0-6 coming into this game, but, you know, really a dangerous 0-6. I think any team that hasn't won yet all season, they're playing at home. It's their homecoming game. There's a lot of extra enthusiasm here tonight, and this is a team that believes it can play with anybody.
They're showing that tonight. They have it 2nd and 9 from the 18-yard line, only down 7-0. They'll roll right. Will Gonzalez looking for a man open near the goal line. It's going to be batted away. That's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, nice play defensively. Getting a hand on it was Keegan Klinger, the defensive lineman, dropping back into pass coverage and just getting those big hands in the air to knock that ball away.
Nice way to be in the right place at the right time there. He had a lot of space there near the goal line had that catch been made, but he stepped in there and swatted it away. Now a big 3rd and 9 coming for Defiance. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line, down 7-0, 8:17 to go in the first half. Gonzalez will fake the handoff. He looks over the middle. He's got Elford to see if they give him the catch here. He went down to go for it. The officials, I believe, are going to give it to him. They called a catch. What a catch by Elford. He goes down to the ground and had to catch it by the hair, I guess, there, about 6 inches from the ground, and pulls it in.
Well, it was a great catch, but that was a great throw as well. Keep that in mind by Gonzalez. He kept that ball low deliberately because the defender that time was all over the receiver. And I'll tell you, if Gonzalez had gotten that ball up, there would have been a good chance for it to be knocked down. That was a great throw.
That it was. Gonzalez impressive on this drive. He's going to keep it himself and get it out to about the 5-yard line. Second and goal from the 5 now. Big opportunity for Defiance to get on the board and knock this one up at 7.
Well, they can answer back. That's the biggest thing. I mean, it was St. Mary's who just took the ball downfield, put up the first points of the game, and now Defiance trying to answer right back. And if they can do that, that's going to be a huge boost in confidence. Defiance
not letting that 0-6 record show. They're moving the ball right up and down the field so far. Gonzalez from the gun. He's going to roll to his left, looking for the end zone, and just out of the reach. The dive made there by Ty Castillo. He was out wide there near the goal line, but couldn't come up with it. It was just a little too wide for him. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 5. .707 to play in the first half. A big 3rd and goal situation for both teams. St. Mary's could get maybe eliminate points for Defiance. Defiance a chance to answer back, as you said a second ago. Gonzalez will take the shotgun pass and roll to his right. And it's in and out of the hands of Meyer. Tight coverage applied over there. So 4th and goal from the 5. It appears they're going to go for it. They don't want the 3 points here. They want to go punch them right in the mouth here and tie this one up.
I'll tell you who was part of that tight coverage. Dustin Howell, the quarterback, who's playing in the secondary. That's a second half season change for this team, and he's doing it very well. Playing both sides of the ball.
4th and goal from the 5. Gonzalez drops the throw. He's going to roll to his left. He's being pressured, and the ball is batted down by a defender there. And Defiance will come up empty here on this drive. They had it 1st and goal at the 7-yard line, unable to move the ball more than 2 yards here in this possession. A great stand by St. Mary's. So 6:56 to go in the first half. St. Mary's, they have a Defiance rally started, but they sniff it out. They get the ball 1st and 10 on their own 5.
Hey, just a reminder that our feature game, which is produced using our HD production truck, is going to air the night of the game at 11 o'clock on GFO. And it will also air on Fox Lima on the Sunday after the game at 10 o'clock that morning.
Here's a handoff at the middle, but there's a fumble on the play. Defiance playing for the ball. They have the ball. They have the football right at the 10-yard line. What a huge turn of events here. St. Mary's were backed up against their wall. They 1st and goal from the 7. They stuffed Defiance without allowing more than 2 yards. But now a fumble on the first handoff of that possession, and Defiance has the ball again, 1st and 10 at the 10. They can get a 1st down without scoring. And now they're going to change that and say it's 1st and goal. Just inside the 10 now. Originally the chains were up, but they say it's just inside the 10 now, so 1st and goal. Gonzalez is going to take this one himself around the right side. He's going to slip in for a 10-yard touchdown run. And this game, pinning the extra point, would be all tied up at 7. 6:42 to go in the half, and the pinning extra point could be a big situation here to knock this one up and answer back. St. Mary's had gone down the field and scored. They couldn't answer that one the last drive, but then the fumble recovery at the 10-yard line, and just one play later, here comes Gonzalez rolling into the end zone for the score. And there's a bad snap here, and Gonzalez is going to fall on it back at the 27-yard line. Extra point is no good, so St. Mary's maintains the lead at 7-6. They'll get a chance to get the ball back, and are hoping to hold on to the ball this time. When we come back, 6:42 to go, 7-6. St. Mary's on top.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
come out to Astro Lanes in the Loft Bar and Grill, where you can find great food, good drinks, fun games, and of course, bowling. Astro Lanes, a great place to spend some spare time.
7-6 St. Mary's leads it, but the Bulldogs just took one in from 10 yards out. That was Gonzalez on a quarterback keeper after recovering a fumble at the 10-yard line. And then the extra point didn't go the way of the Bulldogs. The ball was at a bad snap there, and St. Mary's able to hold on to the lead, but it's diminished to 1 point now. They'll send this one away, and it's short. Caught out to the 25-yard line. It'll be taken out to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah,
Eric Spicer on the return.
By the way, that was the 5th touchdown of the season for Gonzalez.
Having an outstanding year and a solid passer this year in the WBL, 3rd in the league in passing. .6:37 to go, 7-6. St. Mary's on top to have the ball 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to hand off to the right to Spicer. Spicer's got a little bit of running room out to about the 45. So good chunk there on 1st and 10. Clock just under 6.5 to play in the half. You're on homecoming in Defiance, Ohio. Lights are on here in a nice, cool October evening.
Well, an interesting storyline, too, because of the 2 coaches of this game that we alluded to a little bit earlier. But you've got 2 veteran coaches of the WBL squaring off here tonight.
Obringer on the carry this time. He gets out to about the 45-yard line, maybe just inside of it, to the 46.
We told you, of course, about Doug Fry in his 12th season at St. Mary's. And, of course, on the other side, Jerry Beauty in his 25th season overall with Defiance. But, you know, these guys have coached against each other, as we said, for over a decade now. And it was interesting. I just happened to be down on the field when they met tonight before the start of the game.
Under center now, here's handoff to Spicer. He's got a lot of running room inside the Defiance 40-yard line. Shook off a couple defenders and spun his way into the 40. A big chunk of change on 3rd and 8 there.
So I did a little eavesdropping as the 2 coaches talked for a little while, and it was interesting because, of course, they talked football, they talked about their players, they talked about their seasons. But then the conversation slowly evolved, and they started talking about their families, their children, their grandchildren. And again, you could see the personal connection between these 2 men.
There's a handoff up the middle, and he moves off to his right out to about the 30-yard line. That's Isaac Fitzgerald.
And of course, while both coaches looking for a victory here tonight, it might be, I don't think they'd ever admit this, but it might be just a little bit sweeter coming against an old friend sometimes. That competitive side in anyone who's involved in athletics, it's nice to win, and sometimes it's even just a little nicer to beat your friend, so you can kind of give them a hard time about it later.
Beating your friend is always fun.
Yeah, during the off season, it makes for great conversation, doesn't it?
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Hand off to Spicer around the right edge. He's got a lot of running room. He's down around the 10-yard line. He'll be stopped about the 12. So a huge gain on 1st and 10 from the 30. They're knocking on the door again at St. Mary's. They have a 7-6 lead and are threatening again.
Great work up front, that offensive line of St. Mary's. We've talked about how well they've done all season. Dane Chisholm, he's at center. He kind of anchors that offensive line. He's a junior.
There's a handoff up the middle. They give it about the 20. That's quarterback.
It was Howell.
Keep it as Howell was keep it himself. It looked like Fitzgerald got it, but I think he held on to it last second there.
Kind of a busted play. Howell turned around and there was nobody there for him, so he had no choice but to just put his head down and see how much yardage he could get just by going forward.
Game Face is active on social media during the football season. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter to be notified of breaking news, updates, and most importantly, to learn when highlight packages and broadcasts are available online. We'll also send out tweets when we air the Bulldgos game early. So join us on social media to stay in the loop. 2nd and 11 from the 13. They're going to hand off to Spicer around the right edge. He's going to slip in and nearly got across the goal line. Going to be brought down at about the 2-yard line.
Well, again, good work up front. We were talking about Chisholm at the center position. Your guards, Levi Ginter, as well as Tristan Becker. And then St. Mary's offensive tackles, Sean Bowman and Zach Elshoff. I'll tell you, these guys deserve a lot of credit because they've been opening holes all season long, and they continue to do a great job week in and week out.
So they get a first down here, 1st and goal from the 2. 7-6 lead, they're trying to add to it. Here's a handoff in the middle, he's in. To that lead now. O'Kenning with the score. St. Mary's will have a chance to make this an 8-point game here with the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up. It is good as well. It's 14-6 with 3:25 to go in the half. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, Defiance will have to answer, but they'll have to answer quickly. They only have 3:25 before the half. You're watching Game Face Ohio.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
St. Mary's leads it. They're set to kick it away. They just punched it in from 2 yards out. 3:25 to go in the half. Defiance will try to respond, but they don't have much time to do it. Ty Castillo will be back. Here's a short kick. And it's Elford's going to take it out to about the 35-yard line. Elford's been good returning this year. He leads, or he's second in the lead, make that, and kickoff return yards. Coming into the game, he had 319 yards, and returning has some of 37 and 35 today. So 1st and 10 from the 35. They trail at 14-6. Check out GameFaceOhio.com for information on our past and future broadcasts. You can watch highlight packages and full broadcasts, as well as find out information on our upcoming schedule. GameFace also maintains an extensive archive of its past broadcasts, so if you ever want to relive an exciting moment, check out GameFaceOhio.com. Here's Gonzalez looking long out to about the 25-yard line. He's gone. A 65-yard touchdown pass to Ty Castillo. Spun out of a tackle and down the right sideline.
Yeah, he just split the defenders that time. Eric Spicer and Dustin Howe got in between both of them, made that catch, and after that it was nothing but green grass in front of him.
Gonzalez showing off the arm there. See if they decide to go for 2 to knot this one up, or if they just kick the extra point. Gonzalez is still on the field. 14-12, St. Mary's on top right now. 3:06 to go. Be going for 2 here to try to knock this one up at 14. Gonzalez, he'll drop back to throw, look to his right, and he's got Jake Meyer in for 2 points. Near the right pylon, Eric Spicer couldn't hold on to him there. We're all tied up at 14. When we come back, St. Mary's will have a chance here with 3:06 to go to try to take the lead again. They've just allowed a 65-yard touchdown. Watching Game Face Ohio.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
14-all here from Defiance, Ohio, on homecoming night for Defiance. They had a 65-yard touchdown throw coming from Gonzalez to Jake Meyer. Or make that Ty Castillo, Jake Meyer with the 2-point conversion. Here's a squib kick out to about the 25-yard line. Not much running room though. Good coverage there by Elford. Spicer with the return. 3:02 left in the half. St. Mary's wanted to do exactly what Defiance did, and that's march right down the field with not much time left on the clock. St. Mary's had a 14-6 lead a moment ago, but easy answer for Defiance to go down the field and then get the 2-point conversion to tie it up. So roll out on 1st and 10. It's to Fitzgerald. He's got a lot of green in front of him, but there's a flag down. He's going to be across the 50, and I think he's going to be off to the races maybe. Slips, he finally is taken down out to the 26-yard line, make that a lot of running room for Fitzgerald. But we're going to wait and see what the flag is. It's way back around the 30-yard line, right at the 30-yard line. So this will be a huge penalty if it's against St. Mary's. It'll be a hold against St. Mary's. St. Mary's has been penalized a lot this year.
Well, you know, one of the things that St. Mary's has struggled with so far this season, this team has not won 2 games in a row all year. And it really hasn't gotten any rhythm going. And part of the reason for that, if you talk to Doug Fry, the head coach, he'll tell you is because the team has not developed consistent fundamental habits. And this is a good example of that. Just that blocking, setting up that blocking, not committing the penalty. And again, it's just one of those fundamental habits, as the coach refers to them, that comes back to haunt St. Mary's right there and wipe out the big game.
It's 1st and 10 from the 20 after that, as you said, the wiped out big gain there. They're back at their own 20 now. Here's the handoff of 1st and 10, or 1st and 20, excuse me, to Spicer. He gets out to about the 25-yard line. So a gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 15 coming. 2:30 to play in the half. We're all knotted up at 14 points each. Here's the handoff here. Up the middle to Obringer. He's got a lot of running room out to the 43-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down. Got about 3 yards past the marker, in fact. So after this 1st and 20 on the long penalty and the huge gain by Fitzgerald, that was negated. And now able to get the first down back with 2:08 to play. Looking over the middle now to Obringer. He's got a man, and nice coverage there. Zach Burr was out there to make that play. Got a hand on it, I believe. It's 2nd and 10 from the 43 now.
Well, there's 2 touchdowns now in 26 seconds.
Minute 58 on the clock, 14 each. Defiance, Ohio. This homecoming matchup for Defiance. There's a fake handoff, and the handoff to Spicer this time. He's going to take it down the far sideline, and he's going to slip inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A huge gain here. St. Mary's back to about the spot they were with the Fitzgerald run a second ago. Eric Spicer having a good day on the ground so far. now St. Mary's going to hurry back up to the line. 1st and 10 from the 28. They're going to hand off up the middle, and Isaac Fitzgerald's going to go untouched. Touchdown, St. Mary's. A 28-yard run right up the middle. And the confusion of the defensive line for Defiance. Wasn't sure who had the ball there. Right up the middle goes Fitzgerald for 28 yards, and the score, St. Mary's has retaken the lead, 20-14, pinning the extra point. It'll be Troglin again to attempt the extra point. And there's movement here before the kick. We're going to wait and see who they signal that one on.
Thirteenth touchdown this season for Fitzgerald. So that shows you what kind of year he's had. The number is incredible for this young man here. Still with 3 games left in the season.
It's offsides against the defense, so they'll move it up a little bit shorter for the kicker to attempt the extra point now. Troglin trying to make this a 21-14 ball game with 1:36 left in the half. Troglin does just that. It's 21-14 now after the extra point. With 1:36 to play, we're going to step aside, and when we come back, we'll have that last 1:36 of the half. You're watching Game Face Ohio.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
21-14, St. Mary's leads it with 1:36 left in the half. Defiance looking to try to do something with the ball with 1.5 minutes left. Not much time that St. Mary's has left him as Elford waits deep. It's a short kick over the middle. Elford will take it about the 15-yard line off the ground. He's got a little bit of running room. He jumps over a defender, and the ball's loose. St. Mary's saying they have it about the 38-yard line. They do have the ball. It's 1st and 10 St. Mary's with 1:29 left. A huge fumble recovery for St. Mary's, who just scored. Cameron Swanson comes up with the ball. With 1:29, St. Mary's has the ball in Defiance territory.
4th fumble of the season for Defiance. You know, neither of these two teams have fumbled much at all this year. Again, that's number 4 for Defiance. The one that we saw earlier by St. Mary's, that was just the Rough Riders' 2nd fumble of the season. So both of these teams haven't done too badly in that department. But the one by Defiance led to a score. We'll see what happens here.
So hand off to Spicer around the right edge. He's down the far sideline, and he slips a tackle. Looks like the ball might have slipped out late, but I think he was down. Out to about the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's again with 1:21. The clock will stop for the first down. Clock rolling again. St. Mary's back to the line. 1st and 10 from the 22. Hand it right up the middle again. Isaac Fitzgerald's going into the end zone again. He scored just a minute ago, then the fumble, and he's going to score again here right before the half. 27-14, St. Mary's extends their lead, make that. The 1:10 left in the half. They're attempting to make it 28-14 now.
Well, it's 2 touchdowns now in 26 seconds for St. Mary's, thanks to that fumble recovery.
Both by Fitzgerald as well. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is no good. Not sure if a hand got on that one. Was very wobbly there at the end. Extra point is no good, and we step aside and we'll come back again in a moment, but St. Mary's has answered it again. Not much time, and only 26 seconds. They have 2 scores. They lead at 27-14 here on Game Face Ohio.
Come out to Astro Lanes in the Loft Bar and Grill. where you can find great food, good drinks, fun games, and of course, bowling. Astro Lanes, a great place to spend some spare time.
TSC can save you money. How? TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's Emerge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet into one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Emerge bundle plan, only from TSC.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
A minute 10 remaining in the first half, and St. Mary's has scored twice in the past 26 seconds. They take a 27-14 lead after being tied at that point. Isaac Fitzgerald with runs of 22, 28 yards. Here's a kick here, it's short. It's going to be fielded about the 21-yard line. He'll take it out to about the 33-yard line. Cole Clellan on the return there for Defiance Bulldogs.
By the way, that missed extra point by St. Mary's by Clayton Trogblin. Just his third missed extra point attempt of the season. He's now 20 out of 23.
He's been good on the year, and it's been good, except for that one there, for the most of the night as well. He's made 3 of 4 so far. A minute 01 remaining. First and 10 from the 34. Gonzalez from the gun again. Looks to his right. He's got Meyer open. He's going to slip inside of the 40-yard line. Time still running, under a minute to play. About 50 seconds remaining on the clock.
Tackle made nicely by Logan Mays. Again, an ankle tackle that prevented him from picking up extra yardage.
2nd and 4 for the 40. 38 seconds left the clock. Gonzalez drops the throw. He's got Meyer again. He's got the first down if they say he catches it. He did get a foot in bounds. That's a catch. Thrown out of bounds that time by Logan Mays, but 32.4 seconds remaining on the scoreboard. 27-14, St. Mary's leads it. Defiance trying to score before the end of the half here. 1st and 10 from their own 48. Again, it'll be Alex Gonzalez from the shotgun. Drops the throw, looking left, now looking over the middle. He's going to be hit from behind. He's got him by the ankle. That's a sack. That sack by Spencer Nouse, who leads the team in sacks this year. That's his 7th of the year. That will draw a timeout by the Bulldogs with 23.7 seconds remaining. What a way to create the pressure there. Gonzalez has been an effective thrower on the night, but when you get him under pressure, force some bad decisions, and that time he was able to even get out of the pocket, period. So St. Mary's now forces him to take a timeout.
And yeah, again, he was rolling out, trying to keep the play alive, and he did not see that tackle coming from behind. So very good effort, obviously, by St. Mary's by Nouse. And again, really what he did is he just continued through that play, never giving up until he finally got to the quarterback.
What a year Spencer Nouse is having, though. 7 sacks now for him. He's hoping he can get another one here and take this one to halftime soon. Still got a couple timeouts, though. It'll be Gonzalez from the gun again. 1st and 10 with 22 seconds left the clock. He'll be pressured again. He's going to take this one himself. He's going to slip around to the inside the 50. Still got some running room. There's a flag down. He'll be run out of bounds. There's a late flag on the other side. I think you're going to have a hold back around the 47-yard line. There's a late flag. I think he was hit out of bounds, so we'll see how this one goes.
Could be offsetting penalties. We will have to wait just to see until it gets sorted out. But a nice job again by Gonzalez. Not so much under pressure that time. Actually, he had plenty of time. But a good job by St. Mary's secondary, as there were no receivers open for Gonzalez, so eventually he had to take off with the ball. Wanted to get to the sideline, of course, to stop the clock. He was able to do that, and at the same time pick up as much yardage as possible, which he did a nice job of as well, getting into St. Mary's territory. So now we'll just have to wait and see what happens here, as again the officials discussing the 2 penalties actually that occurred on that play.
Still sorting it out right now. Before that was 2nd and 16 from the 42. There was a hold against Defiance. They've just signaled. They're moving them back. They're waiting on the other call. Maybe they're not going to give this penalty to St. Mary's. Well, there's a personal foul against St. Mary's now, so they walk it back first. Now they're going to walk it the other direction. So we're going to see officially where they spot it. It's officially a gain of a couple here after the penalty. They count them both. Thought there might be offsetting penalties on that, but they're going to take both penalties on each team.
Dave West, the referee, giving us the indication, but of course no explanation, so we're kind of left wondering a little bit.
We are left wondering there, but it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 48. Officially a gain of a couple here for Defiance. Gonzalez will drop the throw. He's got Meyer all alone around the 35-yard line. He's going to run out of bounds at about the 32. They'll give him the 31-yard line with 4.1 seconds left, so smart play by Meyer to get out of bounds and maybe give them a chance to heave one deep for another score.
Well, again, St. Mary's really preventing that opportunity to heave it deep, as they're back into they're just dropping back into preventive coverage, so they'll give up anything in front of them, and they're just dropping back and protecting the end zone right now. So good job by Gonzalez, taking what the defense was giving, certainly, finding the open receiver. They did get a pretty good gain, but still 4 seconds left, and they've got about 31 yards to go. So time getting short right now, but they'll have at least one more play here, one more opportunity to see if they can get it into the end zone before halftime.
Great play on both sides there. You talk about the defensive play and the nice prevent defense of allowing that play when he's all alone around the 30-yard line, but also a smart play by Meyer to get out of bounds, recognizing there's only 4 seconds left on the clock. He needs to get out of bounds to give them another chance. He was not going to score with the defense playing so far back, but a chance for Gonzalez, who has a good arm, to maybe heave one deep and put the Bulldogs on the board before the end of the half here. 27-14 is the score currently. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Obviously, the 1st and 10 doesn't really matter here.
Minster Bank is celebrating 100 years of serving our local communities.
We are proud of our past and we look forward to a promising future.
Thanks for the opportunity to help our local businesses grow.
Thanks for letting us serve you past banking hours.
Thanks for letting us serve you and getting to know you personally.
Through our private wealth management department, we provide trusted investment advice.
Minster Bank's success and longevity is truly a testament to the communities and the customers that we serve.
Thanks for 100.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
St. Mary's stepping back onto the field for the first time in the second half. They're getting ready to kick this one away. Still in the huddle now for Defiance. Defiance down 27-14 at the half, and here in homecoming, and they're hoping to answer back and bring the home crowd a victory in their first victory of the season.
Well, Kyle, we were talking about how Defiance is going to stop that running game of St. Mary's, and we talked about some halftime adjustments that would need to be made, but we can tell you this, that basically Jerry Beauty, the coach of Defiance, says that his team has got to tackle better. It's got to play more physical, and if it loads up in the box along that front line, it's got to be careful about anything that can be thrown over the heads and into the secondary. So those are the three areas really that may provide an answer to how to stop that St. Mary's run. Tackle better, be more physical, and if you load up in the box, watch for that pass.
If they can do that, Defiance will be at an advantage. Defiance, normally a passing team. They obviously in a passing situation down by 2 scores at halftime. They're going to have to throw the ball a little bit in this half, and none better than Gonzalez to do that. But they're going to have to play some defense first to minimize the damage already down by 2 scores. St. Mary's ready to kick it away. It'll be Elford waiting back at his 5-yard line. Here's a short kick. Take out to the 19-yard line. We finally run out about the 20-yard line. Look at the 30-yard line, excuse me. Levi Robarge was on the return there. 1st and 10 at the 30. They'll take over, trailing 27-14 with 11:54 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's homecoming night. They're hoping to get a victory in homecoming night and get their first of the season. Last year, a playoff team. So far, not going the way they'd planned, but a chance to get a victory in homecoming tonight.
Well, one of the reasons that we're told that things haven't gone as planned this season as far as the record for Defiance is because of the way the team practices.
Here's Gonzalez out of the gun. He's looking right. He's got Meyer open out to the 41-yard line. That's going to be enough to move the chains.
But Coach Beauty telling us before the start of tonight's game that really he's concerned about the practices of this team. And, it's that old adage, you play like you practice. And basically what he was telling us is that in practice, the team really doesn't have a leader right now. They're not practicing well. There's nobody to take control to really show that leadership. And he's still waiting for somebody on this team to step up and fill that leadership role. And he thinks it'll make a huge difference in practice and in what happens on game night.
We'll see if they're able to come with the leader here in the second half. They're down by 13. They need one now. Gonzalez drops a throw. He's going to take it himself, though. He's going to shake off a defender, and he's into St. Mary's territory, still carrying forward out to the 42-yard line. Just refusing to go down does Gonzalez.
Austin Tester finally getting up off the bottom of that pile. But, yeah, it was a great effort. It was a gutsy effort by Gonzalez that time. A good, determined effort as he continued to pick up extra yards after it looked like he was going to be stopped.
Versatile quarterback is Gonzalez. He can run and throw. 1st and 10 from the 43. 4 receivers off to the right. He drops the throw, looking to his right. He's got Meyer again. It's in and out of his hands, though. He tried to run with it before he had it. Waiting to lay a hit on him was Chase Roop.
Going back to that last play by Gonzalez, that run that we were alluding to where he seemed so determined, that's a good sign, obviously, for Defiance, because obviously this offense goes as Gonzalez goes. And if he comes out from the locker room at halftime a little bit fired up, as you saw right there, with some good determination, if that carries over, his teammates kind of get that same type of attitude here as this half begins, it's going to make a difference.
2nd and 10 for the 43. Gonzalez from the gun. He's back at the St. Mary's 48. He drops the throw. He's going to avoid the sack and is going to be hit again, though. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage. Maybe got one the play after he avoided the sack and shook off a tackler, but was met again.
Yeah, Julius Fisher really plugging that hole very quickly, and he put his shoulder into Gonzalez that time and took him to the turf.
They give him back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 from the 43. Defiance needing to answer. They'll have to do it on a big 3rd down and 10. 2 receivers to each side. He's got Elford to his right. Dropping the throw and rolling to his right. He'll throw across now to the other side and in and out of the hands. Elford that time. Elford couldn't hang on to that one there. Be 4th and 10 now, and Defiance will likely have to punt here on the opening possession of the half. .08 to play, 27-14. St. Mary's on top. It appears they're going to have to punt here. Abram Smith will come out to punt. He nearly has it blocked, but will shake it off and pin this one deep, and it'll roll out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. So a good punt by Smith after nearly being tackled. He escapes it and pins him deep. So they got St. Mary's will have a long way to go when we come back. They lead at 27-14 though with 10:07 to play. You're watching Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Not wasting any time is St. Mary's. They're back and ready to play. They lead at 27-14. They're going to hand it off to Fitzgerald. He's following his blockers. He's got a lot of running room. He buries his head, still going out just past the 30-yard line. What a run by Fitzgerald, just following his blockers, letting them do all the work. Taking it just past the 30-yard line for a first down.
Well, the tackle eventually being made by Mitch Glassford, but you know what was interesting on that play is the offensive linemen, because they were out there with him. Sean Bowman, the tackle, and another tackle as well. Zach Elshoff. So both of the tackles leading the way, and I mean leading all the way to the point where the tackle was finally made on Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald, the ball carrier again. Doesn't have much room this time though. Maybe a gain of a yard. 2nd and 9 at the 33 now.
So I guess my point is what you saw there is control of the offensive line with the tackles just pushing their men forward and allowing Fitzgerald to follow behind them. So again, good control of the offensive line by St. Mary's on that last running play.
That it was, and cleared a path for him and able just to stay right behind them and follow their blocks the entire way. It's a handoff to Spicer as he takes the sweep, takes it out to the 39-yard line. 3rd and short now. 3rd and 4 coming now, 3rd and 3 officially. 8:40 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Third and 3, here it comes. And it'll be Howell taking it himself. He's got the first down and he buries his head past the 45 to the 46-yard line. Nice run on 3rd and 3 for a gain of 8 by the quarterback. What a job by the offensive line just to push forward and get him 8 yards.
Yeah, Tristan Becker, the guard, leading the way that time, and all Howell had to do was just simply hang out of the football and follow the leaders, so to speak. As again, his guard doing a nice job of controlling that line of scrimmage. Good job by Becker that time.
1st and 10, they'll give it to Spicer on the edge again. He's going to be met in the backfield. Also about 1 to play. There also a flag down the play. Wait and see what that is. Reminder that our feature game this evening is Ottawa Glandorf at Wapakoneta, so make sure to tune into that one later on, or Sunday morning at 10 a.m. on Fox Lima.
That's the way I like to start my Sunday morning. You know, a little high school football followed by the NFL. It's a great
Absolutely,
way.
a great Sunday full of football there, and
a great way to spend a weekend.
And on to Monday, you have the Monday night game as well.
And it all begins with the high school game.
Right here in Game Face, Ohio.
Oh, hey, we did that well.
Kind of creepy there.
Not even rehearsed.
This October. 1st and 10 from the 33 after the penalty here. moves them back. 7:45 counting here in the third quarter. Isaac Fitzgerald again burying his head. Tackle made by Braden Frederick. 2nd and 10 from the 39 will be it. 2nd and 16 from the 39, excuse me. 27-14, St. Mary's on top. 7 minutes to play, third quarter. Give it up the middle. Now they're going to fake the handoff, and it's going to be Howell taking it himself, and he's got the first down. There's a late flag coming also. Looks like some shoving going on at the end of the play. We'll see who they call it on, though. Looks like Howell might have been hit late, and after that, some shoving going on the sidelines over there.
Nice job by Howell, just staying in bounds long enough to get past that first down marker over on the far side.
He had enough for the first down, but we got to wait and see what the penalty is going to be. It may back them up and negate that first down that Howell just had. It is a personal foul against St. Mary's, so nixed that giant run there by the quarterback Howell, faking out the run and keeping himself and getting that large first down on 2nd and 16. But it's not going to matter. They move him back. Waiting for an official spot now. Spotted about the 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there, though. Offensive line just doing an outstanding job so far of clearing holes all day. Is Howell going to give it to Fitzgerald around the left edge? He's going to have a few yards here, and he's going to slip out to the 46-yard line. Gain of 5 by Fitzgerald. There's a player down on the field. We're going to step aside. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 46 for the Bulldogs. 6:41 to play. You're watching Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Cole Clellan was the injured player. He was Defiance. For Defiance, it's step off the field and take a breather. Hopefully he's all right. We're back, ready to play again. 2nd and 5 from the 46. St. Mary's has moved the ball effectively on this drive, but penalties have hurt them so far. 6:25 to go here in the third quarter. They have the ball, 2nd and 5. It's going to be Howell keeping himself. Will follow his blocking. Get out to about the 49-yard line. Give him 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 2 make that.
How about that? That's the longest gain of the night for Howell, huh? He had a total of 2 yards and 2 carries.
He also had a score with that as well,
but
though.
he did have a score, exactly.
Big 3rd and 2 coming here. Defiance trying to get off the field. Defiance trailing 27-14 at this point. Trying to get off the field and go down there and score themselves. There's a fumble on the play, and we'll see who comes up with it. If Defiance has it, they have good field position, but we'll see. It appears St. Mary's might have the ball back. Waiting on a signal from the officials here. It is St. Mary's ball.
Howell able to recover it himself. Talking about Howell, joking just a little about his rushing totals so far, but again, 2 yards in the first half, but 1 touchdown, and only 1 completion for 33 yards in the first half. So Howell, on the night, not really outstanding statistics, but still doing a very good job as he's moved this offense well throughout the course of this game.
Here's a fake punt. They're gonna take it himself, and he's got a lot of running room around the far sideline, and he dives across the 25-yard line and out to the 23-yard line on the carry that time. It's Nathan Wilker, who's also a punter. Isaac Fitzgerald, a traditional punter, but Wilker also lined up in the backfield. Wilker will take it himself and will gain a huge chunk of yards. Move the ball all the way to the 22-yard line, so St. Mary's with a trick play here, which could really hurt Defiance going forward. Chance Defiance had to get the ball right back and unable to get it here, but here's a handoff to the middle to Fitzgerald, who's going to step his way into the end zone for a 22-yard score. That opens this game wide open now, 33-14, pinning the extra point, and Fitzgerald just keeps running today and keeps scoring, really.
Well, for Fitzgerald, his third touchdown of the night, and when you talk about distance, this one 22 yards, his previous one 22 yards. He's also had one for 28 yards. So the yards continue to pile up, and so do the touchdowns for Larry Fitzgerald here tonight.
Make that Isaac Fitzgerald, though.
You know, I knew that was going to happen.
Well, he's playing very professionally this evening. And he's got the 2 points. They run the two-point attempt here. They got it out to Austin Tester. Tester reaches across the goal line on the catch. And that makes it 35-14, so they make it a 21-point game. Isaac Fitzgerald was his third touchdown of the game. We'll step aside here with 4:43 to play in the third quarter. It's 35-14 St. Mary's.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
35-14 St. Mary's has opened this game up to a 3-possession game. That coming from a 22-yard run from Isaac Fitzgerald and a 2-point conversion catch that went to Austin Tester. Tester reached across the goal line and would get into the end zone. Elford will be back deep to receive this one. He gets it about the 12-yard line. And he'll take it around the far sideline and skip a couple tackles, but will be met right there at about the 33-yard line. Spot him officially at the 32. And there's a late flag coming. Some shoving around going around on the 32-yard line. We're going to wait and see who that one's going to be on, because that could really back up Defiance if it's against them. Or on the other end, it is against Defiance, so Defiance is going to start very far back in their own territory. Penalty at the 32-yard line, so if they give them a 15-yard foul, they're going to start their own 17. Waiting for an official spot here. Give it to them. 18-yard line officially, where it's 1st and 10 for Defiance with 4:34 to play in the third quarter. They trail at 35-14. St. Mary's looking good as far as trying to improve to 4-3 over 500 again.
Just getting back to that run by Fitzgerald for a second. That happens to be his now 15th touchdown of the season, and he is officially over 1,000 yards now in the season.
Congratulations to him for that category. There's a pass to the right to Elford. He's got a little bit of running room. He skips a couple tackles. He's still running out to the 40-yard line. He slips a couple more tackles out to the 48-yard line. Make that the 49-yard line. Make that a gain of 31 for Elford. Use a spin move, a stiff arm, and pretty much every technique you could to get out of that tackle. Or those tackles, plural.
Dustin Howell in on that tackle defensively for St. Mary's.
Here's Gonzalez dropping the throw. Pressure caught by the lineman there, and there's a pass out to the right. We'll see if he held on. They said he was out of bounds. Pass was intended for Abram Smith.
You know, watching Howell make that tackle a little bit earlier, we had talked about this. We mentioned it in the first half, where some of the changes that are being made on the St. Mary's team in the second half of the season, and one of those changes is to use players both ways. So quarterback Dustin Howell playing in the secondary. We saw the great tackle he just made. Running back Eric Spicer, he's playing cornerback now as well. And these are things that Coach Doug Fry wants to do as the season starts to wind down, because he says this is the way it's going to be in the future.
Gonzalez hit as he throws, and it's Nels again with the pressure. He was being blocked for a little while, then slipped out of the block there and was able to put some pressure on the quarterback Gonzalez. Gonzalez fired to his left and well short of the marker because he was hit. So a big 3rd and 10 coming for Defiance. Defiance needing a score in this drive. They're down by 21 here with 3:55 to go in the 3rd. It's homecoming, and they certainly don't want to go down like this. Alex Gonzalez from the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. 3rd down, he drops the throw. He's got Elford open, but he just a little bit out of his reach. That's, again, nice coverage there by the quarterback Dustin Howe and cornerback Dustin Howe. Quarterback and cornerback. It's going to make it 4th and 10 from the 49. We'll see if they decide to go for it down by 21.
Well, that was a well-thrown ball. I think, in all honesty, Castile, the intended receiver, I think he wishes he probably had that one back. It was just off his fingertips. It was definitely a catchable ball.
Abram Smith back to punt. Isaac Fitzgerald, Logan Mays back deep. Smith will punt this one away. Fitzgerald will call this one off, but it's going to be Mays making a catch. Has some confusion back there, but he'll hold on to the ball about the 22-yard line. That's where they'll get it 1st and 10. St. Mary's top 35-14 on the road here, and trying to get over 500 at 4-3 if they can get the win tonight.
And as we mentioned earlier, it would be the first time this season that they've actually won back-to-back games.
Big opportunity for them to do that. First and 10 from their own 22. They lead it by 21. 3:41 to play in the 3rd quarter. They'll give it to Fitzgerald up the middle. He's got a couple, but not very much.
Well, tonight again, Larry Fitzgerald now over the 1,000-yard mark for the season. 3 touchdowns in the game. Last week, of course, it was Bo Kinning, the freshman back. He ended up rushing for 181 yards. So there's always been somebody to step up each week for St. Mary's here of late. Somebody from that backfield position to pile up the yardage.
Eric Spicer takes it around the right edge. He's following his block, and he's got a lot of running room. Out to the 36-yard line. They'll spot him at the 37-yard line, but a huge run here for Eric Spicer into Defiance territory.
Oh, yeah. Did I mention Spicer? He was the other guy.
Don't forget about Spicer. What a night he's having also.
Well, it's quite the triple threat, definitely, for St. Mary's.
It's Fitzgerald leading the way in rushing yards in the league, and then right at number 3 in the league is also Spicer. So a good duo they have there. And don't forget about Kinning, who had an outstanding game last weekend.
40-yard rush that time by Spicer.
So hand out the middle this time to Fitzgerald. He gets about 9 on the play. Gets inside the 30-yard line to the 29. Give him actually 8 on that one. 2nd and 2. .225 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. 35-14 St. Mary's. Rough Riders coming in here and trying to tack on another touchdown. Hand off to Fitzgerald, who shakes off a couple tackles, but will get out to the 24-yard line.
You know, talking about this triple threat, Fitzgerald, he's a senior, so this is it. But the St. Mary's team is going to be in good shape. Spicer, just a sophomore. We've already mentioned Kinning, a freshman. So
Paul Obringer as well.
Yeah.
Outstanding running back as well.
Exactly. So, I mean, there's a lot of depth at this position. So this running game could indeed continue to be strong and should continue to be strong come next season. You know, the thing about Kinning, though, is he carried the 8th grade team last year. And the coaches thought that if they were to bring him up, he could contribute maybe 5-7 plays, you know, on the varsity team. And look what he did last week with over 180 yards.
Here's Fitzgerald again out to about the 15-yard line. Make that just inside. They'll give him the 14-yard line. So give him another first down.
Yeah, bringing Kinning up was something that Coach Doug Fry has never done before here at St. Mary's. He's never brought someone from the 8th grade team onto the varsity club. But he, for whatever reason, he did it with Kinning. And again, you know, we said he thought that maybe he would be good for 5 to 7 plays plays a game for this team. And he has really turned out to be a great surprise.
They spot that one a yard short of the marker, but Fitzgerald's going to take it in for his 4th touchdown of the day. 15-yard run for Isaac Fitzgerald. So it's not the trifecta, it's quadruple today for him. Number 4. Your score is 41-14 now, and St. Mary's is attempting the extra point. It's not been a happy homecoming so far for Defiance. They kept it close for a while, though, nailed it up at 14, but so far, since that point, it's been 4 consecutive scores by St. Mary's. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good as well. So with 55.8 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, it's 42-14, St. Mary's on top. When we come back, Defiance run out of time. They're going to have to come back and try to get a touchdown as quickly as possible. You're watching Game Face Ohio.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. And together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums. Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Walpock, Salina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
42-14, St. Mary's on top. They're set to kick it away with just under 56 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, so we're approaching the 4th quarter. It's been kind of surprising tonight. Traditionally, a fast-starting team in St. Mary's. They've outscored opponents 41-14 but in the 1st quarter this year, but so have trailed off at that point. Tonight, it's been the exact opposite. They started off slow, but have scored 42 cents. Here's a kickoff out to the 10. It's a slow roller that Alfredo's feeling, taking around the near side. He's got some running room. One man to beat, and he skips a tackle. He's down the sideline still. He's gone. One man to beat again. Actually, no, he slips him just short. A nice tackle there at the end. I thought he had some space there, but a nice closing tackle there at the end by Julius Fisher, not giving up on the play. To me, it looked like he had the distance, but Fisher jumped out of nowhere and made that tackle. Now they're actually going to say he stepped out of bounds back at the 35-yard line, so he thought he was still going.
Yeah.
Makes a little bit more sense. I thought at that point he had stepped out, but
he cut back at that point, and he started to go inside. He cut back toward the sideline, and he got around Cameron Swanson, and Swanson was the last man there. And it was a great move to cut back to the outside. He got the daylight he needed, but again, he ended up stepping out of bounds in the process, getting a little too close to that sideline after cutting back.
Fitzgerald from the gun. He's going to decide to keep this one himself. He's stiff arms, but get out to about the 40, I think that's the 34-yard line.
Chase Ruppin on the tackle as the final 30 seconds of the 3rd quarter wind down.
See if they decide to run another play or just take it to the end of the quarter. Gonzalez in the huddle, telling the signs they're going to run back up to the line. We'll see if they get it off before the end of the quarter. Assume they want to run one more play before we head to the 4th. 2nd and 8 from the 33. Gonzalez from the shotgun. He's back to throw. He rolls left. He's got some pressure. He's going to fire down toward the end zone. And nice play on the other end. What a play by Austin Tetzer, because that ball was in the hands there. Would have been a touchdown to Jake Meyer down the far sideline. But in there to swat that one away was Austin Tester. That takes us to the end of the third quarter. When we come back, we'll have fourth quarter action from Defiance, Ohio. Score is St. Mary's 42 and Defiance 14.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
We have fourth quarter action for you here in Defiance on Game Face Ohio. I'm Kyle Howard with Ken Garland. Scores 42-14. St. Mary's leading, but Defiance threatening. They have the ball 3rd and 8 from the 33. Gonzalez will drop the throw. He's looking, but he's got heavy pressure. Some contact going on there, but I don't think they're going to call a flag there. Pass intended for Jake Meyer. It'll be 4th and 8 from the 33 now, and Defiance, I would assume, would go for it here, down by 28 here in the fourth quarter. They appear to be going for it. Gonzalez still on the field. So they'll run 4th and 8 from the 33, down by 28. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Running back in the backfield. Gonzalez will drop the throw. He's being pressured. They'll roll and will flip it off to his left. He's got a receiver open. He's going to get near the first down marker, and he's got it. Moving into about the 15-yard line. Nice catch and run there by Braden Frederick. He found him in the flat as he was about to be hit and sacked. Frederick was wide open and took that one for a first down.
Well, you've got to like what you're seeing from Gonzalez, because again, at this point, obviously a passing situation almost every down with the score 42-14. St. Mary's is coming with pressure, and they're just unloading, trying to get through to the quarterback. But Gonzalez doing an excellent job rolling, getting himself free, finding open receivers, and just keeping plays alive.
Gonzalez from the shotgun will keep it himself. And he'll run inside the 10-yard line. Gets to the 9 officially. Nelson in the tackle again.
Of course, the other thing about Gonzalez, he's throwing the ball exceptionally well here tonight. Now, he did have 1 drop pass, but he was 12 for 19 in the first half. And, you know, that play we saw that ended the third quarter, that was a touchdown pass had it not been broken up.
Austin Tester jumping in there to swat that one away. It was a great play on his end. I believe that would have been a touchdown as well.
And you've got to watch Gonzalez, and you got to be impressed. Again, he's rolling out, he's throwing across his body, and he's making good, accurate throws here tonight.
Gonzalez Roto's left here. He's looking end zone. And we'll see if he hangs on. Jake Meyer. We'll see if one receiver saying they're saying he held on to it, and it'll be Defiance getting back on the board now. Another touchdown, this one to Jake Meyer. With 10:49 to play in the game, it's 42-20, pinning the extra point. We're waiting on the late call there by the officials to see if he actually did hold on to it. He went down to the ground to make that play, and he did hold on to it. Again, nice throw by Gonzalez under tight coverage over there to slip it under where only his man could catch the ball. Snap is good, hold is good. Kick is right through. And there's the cannon that goes off when the Defiance scores a touchdown. It's very shocking at times. But
there are some things in life that are very difficult to get used to.
That they are. When we come back after the break, it's 42-21. Defiance gets back on the board. We'll see if we're able to fight this one back here in the fourth quarter. You're watching Game Face Ohio.
strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Defiance set to kick this one away. They trail at 42-21 with 10:49 to play. Some late touchdown action coming from Defiance. They're not going away yet. They are down by 3 scores and not much time left, so they'll have to hurry up fast and get there. If they're going to kick it away now, they'll have to get a good defensive stand and get the ball right back. They will kick this one. It's an onside kick out to about the 40-yard line. It was kicked a little bit too far, though, and St. Mary's will recover out to about the 45-yard line. Got a little too much on that one, I believe, and that's what forced it out to the 40-yard line. St. Mary's holds onto the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 45. They lead it 42-21, 10:43 to play.
You were talking about the scoring in this game. You remember that first quarter, that scoreless first quarter? Since then, 63 points put on the board by these two teams, including 27 in that second quarter by St. Mary's. So it has been an offensive surge here tonight.
1st and 10 for the 45. Here's a handoff to Obringer. He's got a little bit of running room out to the 48-yard line. Obringer checks in now to try to get some fresh legs in for St. Mary's. Just under 10:30 to play. Regulation here, 42-21, St. Mary's on top.
Now, St. Mary's only having given up 21 points so far. We were talking a little bit earlier about some of the changes being made in the second half of the season by Coach Doug Fry. We alluded to his using key players on both sides of the ball. Well, the other thing he's doing is he's changing his defensive schemes.
Bo Kenning on the carry this time. He checks back into the game, and we haven't seen much from him today. We're a little bit surprised about that after his outstanding performance last week, but it's been other players getting it done. It's been Fitzgerald and Spicer as well. When they step up, you don't really need Kenning to do a whole lot, but still, it's good for St. Mary's to get some fresh legs in there late in the game, up by 21. It's 3rd and 6 from the 49. Looks like we're going to have a timeout signal here. It is a timeout called by St. Mary's. We'll step aside when we come back. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 49. Defiance with a chance to get the ball back. We'll see if they're able to do it here on Game Face Ohio.
TSC can save you money. How? TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's Emerge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet in one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Emerge bundle plan, only from TSC.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
42-21, we're back. St. Mary's on top. 9:27 to play. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 49. Defiance with a chance to get the ball right back. They can stop him right here. Maybe get a punt. It's going to be Howard rolling to his right. He's got some running room. He's probably going to have the first down. He does. And he'll shake out a tackle and will still keep running. I thought he might slide, but gutsy play there, and he continues to get more yardage. So a first down by Howell on the roll up, and the keeper himself moves the ball deep into the territory of Defiance out to the 35-yard line. Making a gain of 16 on the play. Now with 9:16 to play. The clock stops though with the first down and him running out of bounds. There's the handoff to the right. It's Fitzgerald again. He's got some running room. He's going to head inside the 25-yard line. It's going to be really close to the first down marker. They're going to go ahead and give it to him as he gets just inside the 25s, which is where he needed to get. So about the 24.5-yard lines where the ball is spotted, 1st and 10.
Well, always fun to look ahead to next week's broadcasts. Our feature game, Wapakoneta at St. Mary's. And then the bonus game will be Shawnee at Salina. So a couple of good contests on tap next week. That Wapakoneta St. Mary's game, everybody has had their eye on since the start of this season. That, of course, is going to be an interesting one for Coach Doug Fry of St. Mary's, as he'll be going up against his old team in Wapakoneta.
Here's a handoff to Obringer around the far side. He's got about 7 on the play.
Prior to this season, Fry coached Wapakoneta for 4 seasons. And he left St. Mary's to go to Wapakoneta, then came back to St. Mary's this season. And I talked to him about it before the game, just trying to find out if there were any special feelings about this game that he might admit to. And he said, you know, to be honest, he said, I still root for that team. I wish them the best, but I'll only root for them 9 out of 10 weeks during the season. So that means next week he will not be cheering for Wapakoneta.
Here's handoff up the middle. It's Kenning this time. He's going to get close to the marker at about 3rd and 1. But what a matchup we have next week with St. Mary's. St. Mary's with the hot hand right now facing Wapakoneta team, which, unless Wapakoneta gets beat tonight, we assume they go in unbeaten next week.
Well, that's a good football team. There's no question about it.
Very good football team.
And Fry knows it, and he admitted that. He said it was very difficult to lead because he knew what he had in Wapakoneta.
But he has a chance to beat them next week and hand them the first loss. So
yes, he does.
Make sure you tune in to Game Face Ohio for that. 3rd and 1 for the 15 for St. Mary's. It'll be Howe keeping it himself. He's got the first down. Howe just running fearless tonight.
Well, now, come on. This is the same guy who had 2 yards and 2 carries in the first half.
And then the same guy that had the big 3rd down conversion just a second ago, though, and continued to run for to not slide, I would say. So he's it's a pretty tough guy, I would say.
See what's happened ever since he started playing in the secondary as well as quarterback. He's fearless.
That he is. And here's a handoff to Obringer. He's going to shake off a tackle, and he's going to roll it into the end zone for another score. St. Mary's pouring it on this evening here on homecoming night. Waiting on a signal. Them actually said he may have stepped out.
That looks like he did.
They did step out just short. Start at the 2-yard line officially. I think he got his left foot out of bounds just right at the 2-yard line before he rolled out.
That's where the hit was made, and he stayed on his feet, but he did get knocked out.
And here's Obringer again. He says, that's all right, I'll just take this one in for another score. And St. Mary's, as I said, pouring it on now. That's another touchdown. That makes it 48-21 now with 7:14 to go. They'll attempt the extra point now. That's the first touchdown we've had since it was tied that it wasn't Isaac Fitzgerald with the ball in his hands. Extra point attempt coming now from Troglin. Troglin has missed one this evening, but hoping to redeem himself again. The kick is up. It's good. So with 7:14 to play as we step aside, it's 49-21 here on Game Face Ohio.
Minster Bank is celebrating 100 years of serving our local communities.
We are proud of our past and we look forward to a promising future.
Thanks for the opportunity to help our local businesses grow.
Thanks for letting us serve you past banking hours.
Thanks for letting us serve you and getting to know you personally.
Through our private wealth management department, we provide trusted investment advice.
Minster Bank's success and longevity is truly a testament to the communities and the customers that we serve.
Thanks for 100.
Welcome back to Fred Brown Stadium. 49-21, St. Mary's on top. They're set to kick it away to Defiance. Defiance just scored a few minutes ago, but St. Mary's took it right down the field and scored again. Obringer with a 2-yard touchdown scamper. Now a 4-possession game again. Kicked away deep. Elford's going to field it at his 4-yard line, or on the far side. He's going to cut across the field and skip a couple tackles again before being brought down to 16. A nice hit there made by Kenning. Also with the hit there was Jordan Fisher. Spot the ball. Make it the 17-yard line to spot it. 1st and 10. 49-21 the score. St. Mary's on top here in Defiance. Here's Gonzalez dropping to throw on 1st down. He's got a receiver up to the far sideline, excuse me. Catch made by August Detlefson.
We were talking earlier about how St. Mary's and head coach Doug Fry had put in some new defensive schemes, and they're starting to utilize those here in the second half of the season. They've got 21 points that they've given up here tonight. 21 points having been scored by Defiance. But you know, for Defiance, that's actually a good offensive showing, simply because they've struggled moving the ball lately in the last couple of games.
Being pressured, Gonzalez will have to scramble and get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that'll be credited with a sack.
Prior to tonight, I mean, the Bulldogs had scored only 14 points in their last 3 games. And, you know, they started the season with a highly explosive team, as Defiance scored an average of 34 points in their first 3 games, and that included 43 that they put on the board in a 49-43 loss to Napoleon in the first game of the season. But, you know, since then, as we've been talking about, the last 3 weeks, only 14 points total. And part of the reason is just simply because of that offensive line not really giving good protection to the quarterback, Gonzalez.
Gonzalez drops the throw. He's got a ball nearly intercepted.
Yeah, that was Dustin Hoffman. Hoffman, with pretty good timing, may have gotten there just a little bit too late in trying to pick off that ball.
Pass intended for Burr, and then again Hoffman jumps in there and swats that one away. So Defiance likely going to have to punt again. 4th and 8 on their own 20. Trailing 49-21. Certainly don't want to have to punt at this point, but active against the ropes here. Smith will go back to punt. Waiting for it at his own 7-yard line. Feels a punt off the ground. And the left footer will send this one around, and they'll yell to get away from the ball. The ball does finally roll into St. Mary's territory. It looks like it may stay in Defiance territory, but the ball will be finally down at the 47-yard line of St. Mary's, where they'll have a 1st and 10. St. Mary's will get a chance to maybe rotate some guys in here and get some playing time for those guys that may not normally get the traditional playing time as they would get at this point in the game. They lead at 49-21, and not much time left in this one, just under 6 minutes.
I just wanted to follow up to kind of be fair, to make a point I think that needs to be made too. We were talking about the scoring that for Defiance and how it's kind of dropped off the last 3 weeks, and we said part of that was because of the play of the offensive line, but there's really more to it than that.
It's a handoff left side here out to the 45-yard line. That's Kenning. Kenning, gain of 8 on the play.
I mean, you have to look at the opponent too for Defiance, and really they have gone up against some very, very good defensive teams in the WBL, including Salina, ranked number 2 defensively, up against OG, and up against that Wapak team that we talked about and how good they've been all season. So when you face, you know, defenses like that 3 weeks in a row, you're going to struggle a little bit on offense.
There's a hand up to the left. That'll get enough for the 1st down. St. Mary's not playing like a slouch of a defense this evening either. Playing a good game as well, putting a lot of pressure on Gonzalez. So talk about those great defenses. St. Mary's rising to the occasion tonight as well. So credit them for that. Credit their offense for putting up 49 points this evening.
Well, what you're alluding to may be part of that new scheme that they've put in. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what the X's and O's are that the coaches have instilled, but that could be part of it.
It's a handoff to Kenning again. He gains about 2. Give the tackle to Cole Clellan. Good to see Clellan back in the lineup. He was injured earlier in the day. 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line. St. Mary's on top, 49-21, approaching 4.5 to play. Here's a handoff and a fumble back in the backfield. The ball's still on the ground, but St. Mary's will jump on it. The same man who fumbled the ball was Randy Powell. Powell, unable to field it, fumbled it again, then had to dive on it.
Well, again, a situation I think of what you were talking about, playing time for some guys who may not have had a lot of playing time earlier in the season, but in this case, Powell certainly as a running back, when you're playing behind the big three that we've been talking about all night, you don't see a lot of other guys sharing time in the backfield, certainly. Powell having a little trouble with that exchange there, but stayed with it and was able to recover it himself to prevent the turnover.
It'll be 3rd and 13 now from the 42. St. Mary's just milking that clock right now, letting it run out. Looks like we're going to have a timeout here, though, taken by St. Mary's, trying to run most of the clock out, then decide to do with it, what to do with it from there. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, 3:37 to play. It's 49-21 St. Mary's here in Game Face, Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
St. Mary's has the ball, 3rd and 13, their own 42. Or make that the Defiance 42. 49-21, they lead it. 3:37 to play. They're going to hand it off up the middle. And here's some running room out to about the 38-yard line, make that.
Well, don't forget, coming up after the game, we're going to have our Game Face Ohio post-game show coming your way. And as part of our post-game show, we will be naming the Owen Kitchen and Bath Player of the Game.
After the timeout, Reed Lininger now in a quarterback. The last carry was made by Cameron Bowman. Just putting in the subs now to give him some playing time. It's good to have that luxury as a head coach, just in case anything would go wrong later on in the year. It'll be 4th and 4 from the 33 here. Just a hand up the middle, and not much running room here. It's going to be a turnover on downs here, and Defiance will get the ball back, trailing 49-21, 2:49 to go. But with that, we're going to go ahead and give you our player of the game this evening. That's going to be to Isaac Fitzgerald. You have to kind of have the show stolen from him last week with Bo Kenning having the outstanding day with 150 yards on the ground leading the way last week. But how about 4 touchdowns on the ground this evening for Isaac Fitzgerald? That's really been the big swing in this game. That's the difference in this game, those 4 scores by Fitzgerald. It's a 4-score game at this point with 2:49 to go. Here comes Defiance again with the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 33. Subs in now for Defiance as well. It's going to be Noah Strasbaugh. Strasbaugh in at quarterback now. He's the quarterback keeper on the play. So subs in for Defiance. He gets a gain of 3 for Strasbaugh. It'll be 2nd and 7 from 36. Under 2.5 to play here in Defiance. A lot of folks checking out of here. Homecoming and St. Mary's on their way to becoming 4 and 3. Strasbaugh will take it to the right side, and it'll be met after a gain of a couple. Third and 4 from the 39. Around 2 minutes to play. Three receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Strasbaugh from the gun. He'll drop the throw. He'll look to his left. He'll have to scramble, though. And he's got a man out to around the 36-yard line. That's Austin Aylinger.
He was brought down by Randy Slife, who had a little help on that tackle as well.
Aylinger with a 1st down on the play, so for him, and a happy moment for him checking in and getting some playing time, also getting a 1st down.
Slice and Michael Franks combining for that last tackle.
The lineup 1st and 10 for the 46, 2 receivers to each side. They'll hand up the middle, but Met immediately will shake off a tackle, though. Will Abram Smith, he's still shaking off tackles out to the 41-yard line. Just running fearless again. We mentioned that with Powell, but here for Defiance, it's Abram Smith checking in and running over a couple defenders.
He ran right in the arms, I believe it was, of Luke Gossard, and he was in his arms and out again just that quickly. Gossard
got up and shook off another tackle after that.
Yeah, Gossard not able to wrap him up. He got his arms around him but couldn't bring him down.
Here's a hand up to Smith again. Smith will shake off another tackle now too and get out to the 31-yard line, so maybe something to consider going forward for Defiance.
Well, I think what you're seeing is a couple of things. I mean, we saw some, I guess you might say some bad timing on the plays, offensively with St. Mary's backups in there because of the fact that the timing between the quarterback and the center and the backs on the handoff just wasn't as crisp as it was with the first team players. And here what you're seeing is second string defenders not wrapping up, not making good tackles. So just things, again, that are the result of not a lot of playing time.
Absolutely. Here's a carry around the left side. 2nd and 2 to the 22. Now under 40 seconds to play. Time winding out for Defiance. Here's a hand up to Smith again. Smith will take a couple defenders with him out to the 12-yard line. Back at the 13-yard line. Have a first down. 29.4 seconds. So the clock will stop. Defiance wanted to get a last-second score here before they head off. They'll hand off to Smith again. Smith will take it up the middle inside the 10-yard line out to the 8. Clock still running with 20 seconds left. They're going to hurry back up to the line again to try to get 1 or 2 more plays off before it's all over. I would assume only time for one more though, unless they throw. Strasbaugh from the gun. They'll hand to Abram Smith again. I'll run a couple defenders over. But we'll head inside the 3-yard line, and with 1 second left, it's going to end it here from Defiance. St. Mary's walks off with a 49-21 victory over Defiance this evening on Defiance's homecoming. So that's how things will shake out. Defiance falls again. They fall to 0-7 on the year, 0-6 in conference play. And for St. Mary's, they improved to 4-3 on the year and 3-3 in conference play. So smiling side of the scoreboard for them. When we come back, we'll have the post-game show for you. You're watching Game Face Ohio.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. But together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums. Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Walpock, Salina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
Welcome everybody to the Game Face Ohio post-game show where, again, 49-21 St. Mary's defeats Defiance this evening. Let's get you to where that went. Eric Spicer got St. Mary's on the board early back in the first quarter, or make that second quarter, 11:43 in the quarter, 7-0 after a scoreless first quarter. And after that, Gonzalez would answer with 6:42 to go in the half with a 10-yard run to make it 7-6. They would miss the extra point on a wild snap. St. Mary's would then answer with a 2-yard run by Howell right up the middle for make it 14-6 with 3:25 to go in the first half. After that, a 65-yard strike from Gonzalez to Castillo to tie things up with a 2-point conversion to Jake Meyer with 3:06 left in the half. Right after that, it was all St. Mary's at the end of the first half. It was a 28-yard run by Isaac Fitzgerald, his first of the day with a minute 36 left in the first half. And then with just 26 seconds left, later, a 22-yard run by Fitzgerald with the missed extra point would make it 27-14. That's where we stood at halftime. St. Mary's wouldn't look back at that point. They'd come back with 4:43 to go in the third. Another 22-yard scamper by Fitzgerald would make it a 35-14 score with a 2-point attempt successful by Austin Tester catching the ball and reaching across the goal line. With 55 seconds left in the third quarter, Fitzgerald again for the 4th time of the day. He would run one in from 15 yards out to make it 42-14 St. Mary's. Defiance would answer with 10:49 to go in the game with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Gonzalez to Meyer. And then after that, St. Mary's would finish the scoring with 7:14 to play. A 2-yard run by Obringer. And that's where your score was, 49-21. A final St. Mary's improves to 4-3. But really just a close game in the first half, but really didn't go the favor of Defiance the second half. They only got the one score in the second half after having a 14-14 tie back in the second quarter.
And as far as some of the stats for the game, well, we're going to look no further than Fitzgerald, because again, Isaac Fitzgerald with his 4 touchdowns tonight. Unofficially, 137 yards rushing. He goes over the 1,000-yard mark for the season. And again, just an outstanding night by Fitzgerald, as he pretty much was most of the damage here this evening, or did most of the damage, at least offensively, for St. Mary's. And as a result, Isaac Fitzgerald, our Owen Kitchen Player of Kitchen and Bath.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Player of the game. With that, we want to go ahead and thank our sponsors for all their support and helping us get this broadcast on air.
And that's Telephone Service Company, Minster Bank, Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom, Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency, The Evening Leader, Frost Roofing, The United Way, Stolly Insurance, and the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Once again, thank you for tuning in to Game Face Ohio. The final score tonight, St. Mary's improves to 4-3. They win at 49-21 here at Defiance. Have a great night, guys, and so long.